Science Centre Singapore is in the business of making science fun, inspiring and challenging. There are always eye-opening experiences at this attraction. And that's why it's welcomed over 30 million visitors since it reopened in 1977. Exhibitions like Phobia, where you can face your fears, Know Your Poo, the grossest show in town, and the Mirror Maze, Asia's largest such contraption, keep visitors entertained and enlightened. A journey here opens up a world of possibilities. Welcome to the National STEM Championship 2025. I'm Sonia Chu, and it's time for that yearly competition that tests students on their knowledge of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, as you know, I'm not the expert when it comes to these things, but it always blows my mind at how these 15-year-olds tackle the challenges thrown at them. So let's take a look at this year's format. 45 schools go into the qualifiers, with 24 going straight to the quarterfinals. 12 from the quarterfinals will enter the semi-finals. The remaining 12 schools get a second chance in the wildcard round, of which 4 will get the semi-final places. The 16 semi-finalists will then battle it out for 4 spots in the grand final. Who will emerge the winner of the National STEM Championship 2025? Well, it all begins with doing well in the qualifying round.
Asia International! MediaCorp Best! Ahoy! Go!
Qualifying round 1.
This box of surprises would hold the key to their survival in this challenge. How could they put together this diverse range of materials to build a scientific instrument? Teams have 1 hour to construct a microscope with the materials provided. Their microscope must be able to magnify a leaf specimen and focus on it. The challenge is done in a relay format. After 10 minutes to strategize, the first member enters the challenge zone to start on the prototype. The other members can only advise from their team zone. Every 10 minutes, the member in the challenge zone is replaced by the next member until all have had a turn. In the last 10 minutes, all members work together to finalize their prototype. The microscope needs to be able to magnify and focus, be neatly constructed, and have the required components, and show off the students' creativity. The team also has to draw a ray diagram accurately, explaining the diagram clearly and giving an engaging presentation to the judges.
This is a lens. So if we're going to put it like this, then the light that goes through from here, how will it go here?
If we were to put the lens here, right, and then put another lens here, if we push it in, then it will be like closer. But if we push it out, it will be further.
How are we gonna make it like this? Because then we have to double down, right?
We don't need to, just because telescope, you know how telescope, right? It's like that. Yeah, like that.
Okay, so what's the clear shot paper? Yeah. So you just example like that. We cut off a circle about this big, put it here. This will be the eye lens.
But then the lens can fit inside here, man.
The 10 minutes that the teams were given to strategize flew by. And all too soon, they were given the signal to start creating their version of the microscope.
Where is it? No, I cannot see it.
Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Would this new wrinkle of a team relay challenge throw a spanner in the works? Each member would be in the challenge zone for 10 minutes each time, while the rest could only advise from the sidelines.
Now.
So for this challenge, there was definitely an element of surprise because we weren't expecting the relay portion. So we were expecting that we could work together as a team throughout the entire challenge.
Okay, make sure that it's according to the line. So you follow the grill on the compound.
You should have opened the super glue earlier.
While it might seem that the challenge zone would have been a more difficult location to be in because the pressure of the entire team is riding on your shoulders.
2, 1. Okay, second team go to the table. The 10 minutes starts now.
However, I felt the team zone was genuinely much more concerning because while you're watching your teammate try to do everything on their own and you feel like you should help, you can't.
This one is the length, then after that there's this curve, and then you fit that thing inside and super glue this end with it. Because that one is a curve.
The most difficult part for our prototype was connecting the wires to the lighting.
You're doing great. Then like that should solve the stabilize.
You love pen knife go.
Can we hold
Don't
Use the knife. Use the knife.
Use the pen knife. There's a pen knife there.
You may take a bit of effort to squeeze it. But once you squeeze it, will come out.
Okay, put glue around the small edges.
When we were in the team zone, we also felt quite anxious and scared because if our teammates are unable to complete what they are given, then their task will be pushed on to us.
When we were doing the circuit thing, at first it was supposed to be me, but I cannot. So it was like pushed to Jane instead.
See, I told you right to that. Okay.
I did it!
3 minutes. No, you guys say don't worry, we'll work on it later.
Use the box. Yeah, just put the chopstick there, put the toilet. Do the lens.
Give up on that, just focus on that.
It is clear, just use this lens.
Okay, can I? The most difficult part of this challenge is the fact that we had to do a relay instead of doing it as a group together. So because of that, not a lot of work is done by one person instead of the whole group, and we somehow missed out some components.
Very good. Try to figure it out. We don't know what to do, so the people in the team area, we just tell them what to do. The whole group was just figuring it out as it was going on. I asked one of the instructors, whether if I could ask the other schools to help us on the theory part. He said no.
While they figured out how to build a microscope, the teams also had to draw a ray diagram for the theoretical part of this challenge. They took full advantage of the final 10 minutes when the teams were allowed to work all together to polish their telescope and presentation. Could they see their way to full marks?
Welcome back to the National STEM Championship 2025. Now, in the practical components of the qualifying round, teams had to construct a microscope. In addition, they had to draw a ray diagram and present it to the judges. With a little creativity, of course.
I'm Giant John, and recently, a tiny little human crawled up an entire beanstalk just to get to my house in the clouds. However, they're too small for me to see. My dear engineer friends, please help me.
Don't worry, Giant John. We have a simple but perfect solution for you. Introducing G4G, also known as glasses for giants.
Practical went quite well for us. We did have quite a good strategy, I guess. I think we have pretty good chances to get into quarters.
How many images will you see in the microscope itself?
So only one image will be seen, as each ray coming off of the object corresponds to just one point on the image. Only one image will be formed as the light passes through the microscope.
Because the rubrics itself is not just covering the functionality and the structure of the microscope and as well as the scientific concepts, there's another component which is in the judging rubrics is called the creativity part. So that's why they come up with different shapes and designs for the microscope.
This is the diagram explaining how the microscope works.
Honestly, we couldn't figure out what the formula was trying to say. So we had to experiment in the 60 minutes and try to figure out how to use the two different lenses and how to come up with a clear and enlarged image. But we were unable to do so. So we tried to explain it using the ray diagram to the best of our ability.
I realized both your lens can be removed. So if I swap them, is the order important?
We have no idea, but I think it should work.
The final product was about what I expected, because we went into the challenge without knowing what we are supposed to do. And I'm just happy that we are able to create a product that works somewhat.
Oh no, my microscope broke. What am I gonna do now? How will the science prince ever fall for me?
Hello! I am your science fairy godmother, and I am going to help you build a new microscope. Bippity boppity boo! Oh, that's amazing! That's a microscope. And now I'm going to get my fairy to explain the scientific principles behind this.
When we presented our microscope, the judges found our presentation funny because we had a little skit. But when it comes to the Q&A sessions, they were quite disappointed, I would say.
How is the initial image look like? Can you draw it out? Like, is it inverted, upright?
It should be inverted. Yeah.
Okay, how about the second image, the final image?
So it would not be inverted.
Yeah. Wait, no, but
It won't be inverted.
You
said the
final image will not be inverted because it got inverted twice, which means it will become like as.
Well, on a scale of 0 to 100, we think we did decent. Like, we give ourselves a 65 out of 100.
We'll explain to you why we constructed the microscope that way. Why we chose to pick the thinner lens as the eye lens and not the objective lens is because the focal length of the lens is longer. So the image isn't as magnified as the one used by the lens at the bottom.
I think the judges were a little shocked because our microscope wasn't really that well put together. And the part where we had to draw the concepts on the paper was not well drawn because we did not have enough time.
Can you explain what happened to the light rays? Why does it work that way?
They drew it wrong. When the light passes through the lenses parallel, it will bend towards the focal point when it passes through the lens. And when the light ray passes through the middle of the lens, then it will go straight. So that's how the image is formed. I think the most difficult part of the challenge will be the presentation because we didn't really know what to expect, and we also didn't really plan out what we would say to the judges since our drawing wasn't really complete.
But it wasn't game over yet. The theory component of the qualifying round was up next, and the teams still had a chance to book their quarterfinal spots.
This is your theory component for qualifying round. Your 1 hour, 30 minutes starts now. All the best.
Some of Singapore's brightest secondary 3 students were gathered in this arena. They had 180 minutes to answer 50 questions correctly and prove they were top of the class.
I think the theory challenge went pretty well.
Then there was an agonizing wait to find out how they had done in the theory test.
Key, pencil down.
When the results were revealed, their hard work paid off for some teams, while others were left rueing their mistakes.
Welcome back to the National STEM Championship 2025. Now, 45 schools went through the qualifying rounds. Eventually, these are the schools that made it. All 24 teams will undertake 3 challenges in the quarterfinals, which were held at this familiar location.
The escape rooms at Science Centre Singapore were the venues. One, called the Museum of Humankind, had the perfect atmospheric backdrop for the Blood Spatter Challenge. 2 teams would take on this task each time. The level of difficulty was increased by the small space in the booths that the teams had to work in. This would take maximum brainwork and teamwork to pull off the correct answer. In the Blood Spatter Analysis Challenge, teams were shown 4 blood droplets in a pattern. In 15 minutes, they needed to construct a 3D string model against the wall and determine the point source of impact. using materials such as string, a measuring tape, a protractor, and masking tape. The teams had to work out the math that would give them the right answer. It's a tricky trigonometry question that might leave teams in a tangle.
Okay, ready, get set, go.
Okay, so one person do the measurement of each droplet. Wei Kai do measurement of, start from left to right,
The first one is 1.5 long.
1.5 long.
1.3 wide, sorry. 1.5,
1.3. Correct.
It's 0.9 long, number 2.
0.9 long.
Pretty sure it's 0.7. Someone do calc. Can you do calc?
Yeah, I'm doing calculation.
So in this challenge, I wanted them to showcase the M, which is mathematics in STEM.
So this one is going to be sine.
Do we measure this one also? Jamie behind.
Oh, yes.
So what is the stand? No.
Width.
Sine.
Wait, be quiet. Width?
Can I get the calculator, please?
0.7. Give it. 0.7.
Wait, I'm using just
Okay. Actually, this was more on the mathematics side rather than biology, because even though as a biology topic, the main key over here is about mathematics, understanding trigonometry, being able to use trigonometric ratios. So yeah, I think over here, the STEM principle which we had to use was more of mathematics.
What were you using the string for? Like this.
Oh, I thought you said you should do it on info card.
We did not really expect such kind of challenge, as our teachers had prepared us more around biology and physics. Something like this, which is kind of related to maths, was unexpected for us.
Okay, wait. You see? Wait, no. Wait, comes down here. It's better start this way, right? This radius doesn't change. I'm not sure which one changes.
I think it was much harder than expected because I was very confused with the measurings and the angles we were supposed to get and how the threads were supposed to converge at the points.
I think we just measure the angles for each one, then we...
Can.
What is the length? 1.5?
1.5. Impact angle is 53.1.
I wasn't expecting this kind of challenge. I expected more science-related questions, but this is more of like mathematics. So I think a lot of them would not expect that we will do a mathematics challenge. So I think I have achieved my goal. So I always tell the students that, hey, actually in real life, it's much more complicated than that. So I thought, hey, why not for this challenge, we can try the real life or the more complicated version.
Hypotenuse is length, bro. Are you... Make sure you're calculating correctly.
So
wait, length
is sine negative 1. Sine negative 1 of width over...
Yeah, width over length. I'm sure.
I think the challenge was quite difficult for all of us. Firstly, the space in the booth was not very big, so we couldn't really move around as much as we wanted to. And secondly, I believe the coordination was not the best. Personally, I feel that some of us, we were too hyper-fixated on what we were doing, and we weren't working as a team.
It's a bit slanted, so it needs to be...
Okay, does it work?
Yeah, it looks better.
I think the most difficult part is to build the string model. Need two people to cooperate to measure the angle and also stick the string on the wall at the same time. So it took a lot of time.
Manish, can you come in and help? Just work with me. Yeah, okay, fine.
Manish, tape.
Yeah.
It's crumply, bro.
It's fine.
So while we were scrambling explicitly, I think we had some kind of sense of coordination between us without explicitly saying what to do. While there were some challenges saying okay, you have to do the angles over there, I'll do this. I think we still did pretty well.
Higher. Lower.
What you need to do is you need to put your hand here to keep
lower a bit.
You need to keep the string taut so that I can move.
Lower a bit. Just slowly. Okay, that's about it. Then now hold it still.
Yep.
And tape it.
No, you should check the angle. Make sure the angle doesn't change.
It's 60.
60.7. It's 60.7.
You can't get that much.
61 then.
No, it's 60.07.
Oh.
I think the most difficult part of our challenge was taping the strings down because firstly the tape was not very adhesive, and when you do so you're pulling on the tape, so it makes it even worse.
Wait, reinforce the tape on the ground.
You do it.
Alright. I'll reinforce.
Come on, tape.
I've got it.
And also the fact that it's the space is really, really small, and you have to measure the angle, you have to tape down the string, and then you have to measure the height of the intersection. At the end of the day, I think it's just down to poor communication.
We have AB, right? AB is on the floor. We have AC, you can find it. This is BC, this AC, this AB here, this AC.
Assuming that the bloods are off.
Yeah, wait. perfect spheres. If it's coming from here, then it's...
Wait, can we do our measurements?
Do the measurements.
Label 1,
Back I was
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Principle of STEM, we would usually go for the theoretical calculation first, and then after we would go do the hardware things, so-called hardware, to actually measure using our projector. And the theoretical part is where the calculator first came in.
So I think this challenge is actually designed such that they need to incorporate all the aspects. So those who are strong in calculations may not necessarily perform well in the hands-on part, and those that are strong in the building part, they may not be super precise in their measurements and in their calculations.
Okay, Joshua, start from number 3. I can hear what they're saying for number 2.
Okay, 0.567, yeah, 7.
When we came in the room and we looked at the challenge brief, we were quite daunted because we really didn't expect it coming. We expected it to be more theoretical inclined.
Hold all the tapes up and see if we can have any miracles. Is this glass stable?
Wait, we need to ensure that's in the direction the blood thing is.
Joshua, take the paper away.
But I think in the end, we handled it alright. We still looked at it from a theoretical perspective, but yeah, we did alright.
The string kept falling down. We had to retape it and tape it again. And then we realized that the blood, it wasn't accurate, the path that it traveled. So we had to keep redoing it again and again.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's no specific point. We did it wrongly then.
What's 60?
Okay, tighten. What's the angle?
No, that one's too short. Read this one.
Do the
wake height, read that.
Which is, take 55. Take the string, pull the string up. Okay, don't touch it.
I think the teams that stood out was NUS High, Dunman High, Bedok Green was quite calm as well, and ACS Independent.
So that's one challenge down for the quarterfinals. Now next week, 24 teams will take on their final 2 challenges before the top 12 snag a coveted spot in the semi-finals. Will it be the usual suspects or will there be some surprises? I can't wait to find out as well. In the meantime, I'm Sonia Chu and I'll see you next week for all the answers on the National STEM Championship 2025.